far-right extremists are threatening to quote-unquote execute doctors at a children's hospital. Now, there are a lot of reasons why, a lot of times, a lot of recent things happening in the world where right-wing extremists would be threatening doctors. I mean, we did just kind of come out of a global pandemic where a lot of people didn't believe that that was even real. I mean, it's still technically going on. There's still pretty much the same amount of people dying from COVID as there was during the peak of COVID. But, doctors, among other professions, have been threatened by people who don't believe in science or reality. And this one not being related to COVID, this being related to trans people thinking because of false news, that is fake news, that is being perpetuated by right-wing media that isn't true, that they think they're forcing kids to get sex changes. Let me read this. A Boston Children's Hospital said on Tuesday that its staff has faced a flood of violent threats and harassment sparked by a false claim made by the viral Libs of TikTok Twitter account. The account, run by Brooklyn real estate agent Chaya Rachin, tweeted on August 11th that, quote-unquote, Boston Children's Hospital is now offering gender-affirming hysterectomies for young girls. The claim was widely debunked by fact-checking groups, but as is typical in anti-trans rhetoric, facts rarely matter, and the claims were shared widely on right-wing social media accounts. As a result, the hospital and its staff have faced a torrent of abuse. Quote, in response to commentary last week critical of our gender multi-speciality service program, Boston Children's Hospital has been the target of a large volume of hostile internet activity, phone calls, and harassing emails, including threats of violence towards our clinic staff, end quote. The hospital said in a statement posted on Twitter. Some people don't even believe that they are, which is crazy. Like if you don't live in the world, like even if you don't, if you're not one of the fragile right-wing people who feel the need to attack somebody because they believe in propaganda that they're fed, like even if you're not on that side that actually believes the propaganda, to think that there aren't people on the right that are violent or have violence in mind or perpetuate violence because of these things. I mean, how many domestic terrorist attacks have there been that were perpetuated by right-wing media, right? Recently, the FBI attack by the Trump supporter because they were defending the honor of their Lord and Savior Donald Trump. It's like, how are you, like, what reality are you in to not even, I mean, I guess they just believe that's Antifa, like they do in every situation. Oh, that can't be us. It must be this other group of people who would be attacking this situation to make it seem like it's us. It's wacky, right? Like blaming January 6th on Antifa. Meanwhile, they don't want to investigate January 6th at all. Like, we think it's Antifa, and there shouldn't be any investigation into who it actually was. I don't know. It's insane. It's insane the realities that these people exist in when it comes to things and how violent they are. Right? Like, if you think there's, like, yes, there's child abuse happening, but, like, what are the organizations that are historically known for abusing children and have been caught and have apologized publicly for what they've done. The Catholic Church. Now, they're not doing hysterectomies. I mean, they might be. They might be. But they've definitely sexually assaulted a lot of kids and have apologized for their abuse to kids. Like, it is historically known, and they have come forward apologizing for what they've done. But for whatever reason, they're not the target of these people that supposedly want to protect kids from pedophiles. They would rather blame teachers than priests, even though the priests are the ones that are constantly being caught and charged for doing these things. It's just insane. Like, they act like they want to do good in the world, but at no point take actions to actually do good. Like, they just want to use their mission to do good as an excuse to attack a group that is involved with some kind of marginalized community. And it's just disgusting to see. It is just disgusting to see the same type of fascist playbook play out in 2022 that the Nazis did back during World War II. You know, you see these clips of the KKK and white supremacist speakers from like the 70s and 80s speaking, and they match up perfectly, word for word, what's being pushed and pumped out into right-wing media with Fox News and all of the right-wing politicians. They're saying all of the same things. They're saying all of the same things. It's the same exact Christo-fascist propaganda. White supremacist propaganda. It's just they rebranded it so they can convince people of color to go along with it as well. Right? They just changed little things, but it's all the same. It's all the same. It's disgusting.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.